Blue Slide Park. It's Blue Slide Park, man. It's fucking Blue Slide Park. Hey, I got these Ray-Ban shades, kinda look like something landed with rock. It seems like now I got a couple bags whenever I shop. Louis shoes, polo socks, some name brand dumb shit. I would never make a man, but I'm still blowing thousands on it. No clue when I'm calling my album. Fans be in my pants.
Is that a Mustang Lego set in the back of your Mustang?
It's a GT500 though, so.
For me?
No, it's not. Definitely not.
Yo, how much is it? That's fucking wild. That sounds so good. That's just a catback?
Yeah.
That's insane.
No, yeah, it's definitely got good fitment.
How's the ride and everything?
It's a little stiffer than stock, but not terrible at all. For track use, it's definitely way too soft for these springs. But
You think?
we'll try.
Because you just got springs.
Yes.
Why didn't you do full send? Monies?
Yeah, and probably the E46, more for that. This is a street car. So these are American racing wheels, 19 by 10, so not crazy wide, plus 35 on the offset, and then a 275/35 19 tire. I was actually gonna get Nexon tires, but they were back ordered for like the next decade, so they gave me, America's Tires gave me a deal on Michelin Pilot Sport 4s.
Oh, for sure.
Hold on, you said something crazy off camera, and because I was talking about driving the Mustang, letting him drive it, I need you to, this is actually why we're here, for the annual update on this car, because now there's actually an engine in it, but I need you to say that again now.
For the first time in, was it 3 or 4 years? It's drivable.
He offered for us to take this car
Yeah, we can drive it if you want. I assumed that was why you drove all the way here, so we could drive it.
I didn't know it was drivable.
Yeah, no, it's drivable. So I'll show you like why we're not tracking it, and I'll give you like the update on what the game plan is. So we'll start with where it is. So obviously this is not the stock boxer motor. This is a K24. I don't remember exactly where we were a year ago with the last update, but this is now, it's in its theoretical final form.
I feel like there was no engine, and that was on a stand like over here.
Sure.
Last time I filmed this car.
So then, yeah, I mean, like we've made a lot of progress. Maybe not as much progress as I would want in the last year, but it runs. So so obviously it's a K24, 12.5 to 1 compression, ported head, all that kind of stuff. It's paired to a CDO9 transmission, which is the transmission out of a 350Z. Obviously this is not a normal exhaust. This is a side exit exhaust. So when we started, it's like bonkers loud, and it doesn't sound good because it's a Honda, but whatever, you know. But I chose that because it's easier to work on without having the exhaust running through the length of the car, and it's lighter, and I'll probably eventually go turbo, so I would have had the turbo jump out of there anyway, so might as well just build an exhaust that goes out of there for now, while I learn to fine-tune this car with suspension and aero before we add higher power. As far as power, that's one of the issues with this car right now, is it's only making about like 250 horsepower in the 85, which is not nearly as much as we expected. We expected something closer to 270 or 280, if not higher. So 250 is a pretty significant drop below that. So we're probably going to pull the head off and have the head bench flowed to see how the head is flowing, because we think that might be the issue. So that's where that is.
Dude, coming from our JDM background, the Mustang Coyote sounds so brutal. You like it?
100 miles an hour does not feel like 100 miles an hour in this car. Did I just stop?
Well, back from our little test drive. Oren's actually now selling his lifelong project to get a V8 car.
Yeah, it's $5,000 running.
Supposedly running. We're gonna find out very soon.
It takes a while to crank. That's the only thing about it. I don't know if like that's something that can be tuned out, or if that's just like a characteristic of a 12.5 to 1.
It's only 85?
So right now it's on 91, but like it might still have 85 in the lines because I just put 91 in it.
Oh. I'm still mind blown that you asked if we wanted to take this car out. Words I have not heard in literally years.
So twist the kill switch up with like the keychain part down.
What?
No, the other way. Other way. Click. Okay. Okay. So I have the TPMS system is not plugged in right now, so it's going to tell you that there's no tire pressure. So this is the like warm-up screen, right? So it gives you a bunch of data. So here's just some like information. Here's all your tire temps and air temp and that kind of stuff. And then here's the actual information like oil temp, coolant temp, that kind of stuff. So then when you're actually moving, you can switch it to this one.
Damn.
Which gives you some less data. Here's like fuel tank and gain loss for lap time.
Does that have like GPS satellite built into it?
Yeah. The GPS is like underneath here.
Wow.
And then this is the actual race one. So this is basically just like oil pressure and coolant temp, and that's the only information other than like the actual RPM, gear, and lap times. So this is the fuel cell, which definitely was here the last time they looked at the car.
Yeah.
But the reason I'm pointing it out now is because it needs to be sealed off from the main cabin.
Yeah.
Like I could do track days with it like this, but it's not the safest. So when we're getting that part of the exhaust running through the cabin sealed with a firewall, we're also going to have a firewall here built. And it's most likely just going to be like where the back seats were, kind of covering it like that.
Yeah.
It's not like a hard job necessarily, but what's going to be hard is the access to it is just non-existent because of the roll cage. So
no wing.
the wing is in my room right now because I like between trailering it, like there's no reason to have the wing on when you trailer it unless you're like using it somewhere that needs the wing, and also I don't want it to be more visible to cops when I drive it around.
It smells like E85.
It's still running a little bit 85. It started really quick, which means it's definitely 91.
That is the rawest thing I've heard and felt in a while. This is rougher than a bike.
Not bad though, right?
No, that doesn't sound bad at all either.
It's very
At least
like,
from the inside. All right, you ready? This is all you need right there. I need to put that on the back of the bike.
Here. I got a luxury seat. My first time. That's crazy, you guys.
So back home now from Oren's house, Trisha wanted to do a little impromptu photo shoot with the Ducati. So we're gonna take care of that. We gotta ride it like literally like a half a mile down to the garage where I park my M3. So we'll get to see that car. We're gonna bring the Ducati. Her first time on the bike. Oh, also real quick, I just want to show them what you got me for my Valentine's present. Honestly, I wouldn't believe this, but look at this shower curtain. This was her idea. It's a fucking cat riding a shark with guns.
That is not my idea.
Thank you.
Do I?
This is crazy. Taking the seat cover off, putting the back seat on. All in the name of content.
Is that my ride?
Yeah.
I'm excited. Let me hop on.
Oh, I'm gonna show you right now.
Let's do the demo.
All right, just got to the photo spot. What do you think of that?
It was really fun.
I didn't have a good spot to put the GoPro on the bike. I still need to figure that situation out. But
I would do it again. I'm a pro now.
Ooh.
No competition.
I know you right. I got these bitches on the slide. I put some forties on my ride. Spin my dogs headed to the sky.